15-year-old student is facing dozens of charges after shooting a gel blaster gun on board of a Fresno school bus this morning. I'm Athena Masikis with the details next at 8.
The Fresno Grizzlies have a new owner as of tonight. I'm Alexis Molina with the full story next at 8.
Also tonight, the Fresno County Board of Supervisors will now form a committee to see which books are appropriate at Fresno County libraries.
No matter what we do today, 3 other supervisors, even in this group, could change it down the road.
I'm Emma Ah, and I'll have that story next at 8.
And breaking news from the U.S. Capitol, a man is arrested for appearing to have a gun around the Upper Senate Park.
New, local, unique. MyTV53 News at 8 starts right now.
Tuesday evening across the San Joaquin Valley. This is the San Joaquin Valley's only 8 o'clock news. Thanks for being here. I'm Austin Breed. It's November the 7th. Well, our big story tonight is in Fresno after a 15-year-old student is now facing 13 charges for firing a toy gun which actually caused damage on a school bus which was headed to Bullard High School earlier this morning. Athena Matsikas is in the newsroom with the very latest. Athena?
At 8:13 a.m., the sheriff's office was notified of an incident involving a school bus near West Sierra and North Warren in Fresno. A Fresno Unified school bus full of students was heading to Bullard High School when a 15-year-old male student on board fired a battery-operated powered toy gel blaster gun on the bus towards the driver, and it struck the windshield. There was no damage to the bus and no one was injured. When the driver pulled over, the teen with the toy gun bailed out of a window and ran. Deputies later located the boy on the Bullard campus after he turned himself in at the office. He did not have the gel blaster on him, but he did leave a similar one behind on the bus and a backpack that was recovered.
You know, I think what you need to realize is just take a look at social media, YouTube. Teenage boys, they do dumb stuff. There's no reason why they do it. It sounds like a good idea until you actually do it and then you face the consequences. And that could very well be what we're have happening here.
The sheriff's office said that they have learned that the student was suspended from Bullard High School yesterday for firing a gel blaster on campus. He was somehow able to board the bus today and try to make his way back to school. The boy has been booked into a juvenile home on 13 counts of assault and battery. The water-based gel balls also struck 13 students. They were not injured. Reporting in the newsroom tonight, I'm Athena Masikis, MyTV53 News at 8.
Okay, Athena, thank you for that. Well, now to Tulare County. The Visalia Times-Delta is reporting very sad news tonight after a very popular Cutler and Orosi teacher is dead after a teenage boy shot him early Monday morning in Dinuba. Just hours before classes started, Dinuba PD says they located 50-year-old Sergio Martin dead right around 3 a.m. from gunshot wounds. Police had been called to the home to check on the teacher. Now, Martin was an El Monte Middle School Spanish teacher. The Tulare County Sheriff's crime scene investigators are now helping Dinuba PD out with the investigation. The boy's identity was not released, and police do not say if there is any kind of motive just yet. Stay with us for updates. This just in from the Tulare Police Department. They are seeking the public's assistance in locating this guy, James Myron Mitchell. He is wanted for the July 13th, 2023 homicide of John White in the 300 block of Northwest Street in the city of Tulare. There is a warrant for his arrest, and he should be considered armed and dangerous. If you know of his whereabouts, do contact the Tulare Police Department. All new from the California Highway Patrol, today they announced arrests and charges in a June 12, 2022 freeway shooting and homicide investigation. CHP tells MyTV53 the freeway shooting occurred on southbound State Route 99 north of Olive Avenue in Fresno. The victim, Mr. Freddie Carrasco, was shot multiple times in his vehicle and later succumbed to his injuries. As a result of a lengthy and thorough investigation, Mr. Shamon Butler and Mr. Aquila Bailey, both from Fresno, were identified as the parties responsible for the murder of Mr. Carrasco. Earlier this morning, the Fresno County District Attorney's Office filed murder charges with special circumstances against both Butler and Bailey. Also new tonight from CHP, a canine team makes a major drug seizure on Highway 99 in Merced County. On November 5th at about 1:30 a.m., a Coastal Division canine officer and his canine partner named Ray made an enforcement stop on a Ford F-150 pickup for a traffic violation on SR 99 near Plainsburg, California. After the traffic stop was made, officers identified two subjects in the vehicle and developed reasonable suspicion to Deputy Canine Ray. Canine Ray alerted that the vehicle indicating narcotics may be inside. Officers searched the car and located several large cardboard boxes in the bed of the pickup. Inside the boxes were 117 individually wrapped 1-pound packages of meth. Breaking tonight at the U.S. Capitol, law enforcement arrested an individual that appeared to have a gun around the Upper Senate Park near the Russell Senate Office Building in D.C. According to CNN, U.S. Capitol Police reported that the suspect is now in custody, and police are still searching the suspect's belongings at this hour. 21-year-old Amir Lavan Merrill from Atlanta was taken into custody. They say he was suffering from mental health issues.
He was walking along the sidewalk, and he was holding the gun down as he walked. They ordered him to stop. He did not. As he was walking at a fairly slow pace down the sidewalk toward Union Station, the officers came up behind him. One officer who had a taser tasered him in the back. He fell forward onto his gun. At that point, the officers took him into custody.
The incident Tuesday was the second involving a firearms arrest near the Capitol in the last 3 days. Closer to home, we are following up with new details in a story you first saw on 53 last week. It's now official. A committee will most likely be set up to see which books are safe and which ones are not for kids at Fresno County Public Libraries. County Supervisor Steve Brandow said last week at a press conference he would be bringing this issue up today at the regular weekly supervisor meeting. MyTV53's Emma Ott is on this story.
First, I want to say, Supervisor Brandow, I appreciate your passion and efforts that you've put on this issue, but I think this particular issue is there are no winners in this issue. There are people on both sides.
It was a packed house inside today's Fresno County Board of Supervisors meeting. People on both sides of the issue were in attendance. It was all regarding a proposed public library book review panel. It's called the Parents Matter Act, which was introduced by Steve Brandow. After a few modifications were made, the board passed the act by a 3-2 vote.
We build a lot of committees in this county, so it's not anything new. We need an odd number in case there is so there would be a majority inside the committee that could express, and people like Brian, who's already shared that he's going to oppose this today. He's free to put any members on that committee that he wants to. So I expect there'll be some diversity on that committee.
The county says they will put together a committee made up of parents. They will review and remove books from the children's section of all county libraries. The LGBTQ community says this is erasing their culture, but others say this is about safety.
So are they okay with a librarian doing it? Again, sexually explicit books are still in the library. They just would be moved to a different section, out of the children's section. I am in favor of the Parents Matter resolution. Thank you.
What you deem as inappropriate, it's not up to you to decide for me. It's not up to a committee. We're talking about restricting access, which is a form of censorship. The library serves all of Fresno County residents, including the ones that you or I may not like.
Reporting in the news center, I'm Emma Ott, MyTV53 News at 8.
All right, Emma, thank you for that. Do stay with us for updates. We have a fresh video tonight from the Fresno Police Department. On October 18th of this year, at about 8 p.m., the suspect pictured here entered Boss Food and Liquor on East Butler Avenue. The suspect took 2 refrigerated drinks and attempted to walk out of the store without paying for the items. As the suspect approached the door, victim number 1 attempting to stop the suspect from leaving. Well, the suspect attacked him, punching him several times in the face and upper body. During the attack, the second victim attempted to stop the fight, but was also punched in the face and punched to the ground by the suspect. Well, then on October 29th of this year, at about 8:30 p.m., the same suspect entered a store with a ski mask, demanding money from both registers. The suspect pointed a handgun at the employee, grabbed the cash before leaving with the money. The suspect is believed to be the same in both incidents and is described as an adult male in his 20s. If you have any information, call Valley Crime Stoppers at 498-STOP or check in with the Fresno Police Department. And finally, in your first few minutes of nonstop news at 8, the Fresno Grizzlies have a brand new owner as of tonight. Who is it? Alexis Molina explains.
While Austin, the minor league team, was sold to one of the largest baseball ownership groups in the country. Diamond Baseball Holdings purchased the single A team from Fresno Sports and Events, according to a news release sent to the media on Tuesday. Grizzlies president and general manager Derek Frank said he was so grateful to the team at Fresno Sports and Events for their leadership and vision. He went on to say, quote, "Our fans have enabled us to set the bar high for what minor league baseball means in Fresno, and we're excited to partner with the new owners to continue elevating the experiences we bring the community," end quote. GV Wire says the following approval from minor league baseball and the Fresno City Council, the Grizzlies would join their minor league teams under the company's ownership, one of which would be San Jose Giants, a rival in the Single A California League. As of 2022, Baseball Digest listed 11 teams under the ownership of Diamond Baseball Holdings. Currently, the team lists some degree of ownership stake in 22 minor league teams, not including the Fresno Grizzlies. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer told GV Wire that he supports the new owners. Stay with us for updates. Reporting in Fresno County, I'm Alexis Molina for MyTV53 News at 8.
All right, Alexis, thank you very much. That does it for your first few minutes of nonstop news here at 8, but don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. Still ahead, the top Republican Party presidential candidates are gathering tomorrow for the third debate of the year. Later, Caltrans District 10 is trying to get the word out tonight about highway construction on 99 in Merced County. Plus, we'll take a look at your headlines in Bakersfield and Kern County. And some areas tonight will see more snow, but for the rest of us, we're just going to stay cool this week. We'll have an update at your weather forecast as well. New, local, unique, this is MyTV53 News at 8, and we are back in a little over 2 minutes.
This is MyTV53 News. New, local, unique with Austin Reed. You're watching MyTV53 News at 8.
Welcome back, everybody. On this 7th of November, the top Republican Party presidential candidates are gathering tomorrow, Wednesday, for the third debate of the year. This debate is expected to differ from the rest as candidates try to set themselves apart with their views on the Israel-Hamas war. Carolyn Persciusi with Voice of America has more.
Round 3 is Wednesday in Miami, Florida. A lot has changed since September's gathering in California. Hamas attacked Israel, and Israel is bombing Gaza. Most Republicans support Israel, but this could be a dividing point among the candidates. Look for strong comments defending Israel from former Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who flew Americans back from Israel.
Israel absolutely has the right and is on firm territory.
Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy has changed his comments since the war began and could be criticized because of that during the debate. Tevi Troy of the Bipartisan Policy Center has worked on past debates.
He seems to be more tolerant of pro-barbarity comments or people who say things that support Hamas terrorism. He calls it free speech. Again, I'm a big free speech advocate, but I think there are limits when you advocate violence and murder. Then that's not okay in my book.
The latest Quinnipiac University poll shows former President Donald Trump leading other Republicans at 64%, trailed by DeSantis at 15% and Haley at 8%. But the frontrunner will skip this Miami debate, as he did for the two previous ones, choosing instead to hold a rally in a nearby city. Also missing from this debate is Trump's former Vice President Mike Pence, who dropped out of the race due to low polling and lack of money. Again, Troy on how this changes the dynamic.
But he was an important voice in being willing to criticize President Trump on stage. Now it's only Chris Christie who's been overtly critical of Trump in every appearance. It may behoove some of the top contenders, including Haley and DeSantis, to make more of a pointed critique of Trump, and perhaps Pence's absence gives them the opportunity to do that.
The Republican Party has scheduled a fourth debate for December 6th. By then, time and stiffer qualification requirements should narrow the field even more. Carolyn Presutti, VOA News.
In other news across America, voters in Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and several other states headed to the polls today to decide key races that could provide a critical look into the issues that are motivating the American electorate a year away from the election day 2024. CNN says control of both chambers of the Virginia legislature is up for grabs as candidates test the strength of messaging. There's also a race for governor in Mississippi, a special election in the U.S. House of Rhode Island, and mayoral elections across the country, including Houston and Philadelphia.
MyTV53 News continues with the Valley's local forecast.
Living easy, living free. Season ticket on a one-way ride. Asking nothing, leave me be. Taking everything in my stride. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing I'd rather do. Going down for a time. My friends are gonna be there too. Yeah, I'm on the highway to hell. On the highway to hell. Highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell. No stop signs, speed limit. Nobody's gonna stop.
Follow MyTV53 on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube right now for continuing coverage.
Now to tonight's big stories in Kern County for our viewers watching on KNXT 53. All new from the Kern County District Attorney's Office, a convicted attempted murderer has been granted parole after only serving 24 years of a life sentence. In 1998, Nicholas Phillips was sentenced to serve 25 years to life behind bars. Phillips, now 68, was eligible for elder parole determination. On October 24th, 97, he stabbed his girlfriend in the neck and chest area in Bakersfield. The victim suffered lacerations on both sides of her neck. Kern County's DA, Cynthia Zimmer, commented today about this, quote, elder parolee laws are allowing dangerous individuals to evade their full sentences. Hey, this just in from the city of Bakersfield. Tonight, they are thanking the Betty Ann Ong Foundation for adopting University Park and organizing monthly cleanups. Through the Recreation and Parks Department's Adopt a Park program, adopters serve as key community representatives for their park by organizing a community-based volunteer group and making an ongoing commitment to improving their park.
So really want to appreciate the Betty Ann Ong Foundation and whoever you're working with and recruiting, including your grandkids and your kids. It really makes a difference, and it helps us also to come out here and partner with you and to try to make sure that you have all the resources that you need as well.
Now, to learn how you can adopt a park, just head to the City of Bakersfield's website. New tonight, we have a public service message from Caltrans District 10. If you're driving through Merced County on State Route 99 right now, pay close attention to traffic signs and construction taking place to rehab this section of highway.
The Merced 99 Pavement Rehabilitation Project, taking place along State Route 99 through the city of Merced, began in winter of 2021 and is critical to repair the wear and tear that has created significant cracking, potholes, and other roadway damage over the years to this highly traveled state route.
Good reminders there. Coming up next at 8, we have another We Work For You series from the city of Fresno. Stay tuned. All right, finally tonight, we have another We Work For You series from the city of Fresno. Captain Kevin Reynolds has been with the Fresno Fire Department for 17 years, where he oversees emergency medical training for firefighters. Outside of the fire section, one of his passions is serving with Central Valley Honor Flight. He just returned from his 5th trip, where he and other volunteers take Valley veterans to see the monuments and memorials in our nation's capital. Here's more.
So Honor Flight taken over, I think it's close to 1,800 veterans back to DC to the memorials. 3-day trip, it's a whirlwind. We just did the 27th flight and I've been on about 5 now. I take vacation time from work and I go on the flights. So that's part of my giving back and helping these veterans. These monuments and memorials were built for them. These folks, a lot of them have never been back to Washington, D.C. to ever see this, and to get them back and to see what was built for them is very important. Some of those veterans don't talk about it. My grandfather never talked about war. And when they go back together and they're sitting there with their brothers that they had combat with and finding out they were in the same unit together or served in the same area, and to hear those folks open up and tell those stories that they've never told is really a good thing.
Props to him. Hey, let's get a final look at your forecast. As we were talking about earlier, could see some more rain and snow in some parts of the valley, mainly the mountains, tonight into the overnight hours. But by tomorrow, the storm will push out. Elsewhere in the valley, we're looking at cool highs, cool overnight lows, mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions the rest of this week. All right, we're almost out of time. Thanks for watching. I'm Austin Breed, hoping your news is good news. We're back tomorrow, and I hope to see you then. Have a great rest of your night.